HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we'll hear about the upcoming Team Hoyt run that'll take place in Hopkinton, plus the latest in Hiller sports. But first, we recently were at the Special Olympics Hopkinton Police annual basketball game. Here are some highlights.
Friends of Hopkinton and Hopkinton Lions Club teamed up to host the annual Family Fling event. The event, usually at the town common, was indoors this year at Hopkinton Middle School due to weather. The event drew a good turnout and featured a number of different activities for the kids and teens, entertainment, and more. Team Hoyt was in attendance to talk about their upcoming Memorial Road Race on May 24th.
So we came to the Family Fling to promote our race. There's a race on May 24th called the Team Hoyt Memorial, and it's going to be right here in Hopkinton. It's going to start at the Marathon Elementary, finish at EMC Park. We have a 2-mile walk for folks or a 5-mile run. We also have a kids race. Start Line Brewery is going to come down and provide a beer garden. We're going to have an ice cream truck. It's going to be a great family day, so we figured the Family Fling was a perfect place to try and tell people about our race so they could come and join us. We also have a game, Team Hoyt Yes You Can Jam. Our motto is Yes You Can, and kids have come over. They throw the Frisbee in the can, and they've been winning t-shirts and taking Frisbees home. It's been a great day.
That's excellent. And if someone wants to get involved or sign up for the race, how can they do so?
They go to teamhoyt.com, and our race registration will pop right up. You can also learn more about the foundation and about Dick and Rick Hoyt and all of their time here in Hopkinton. They ran Boston Marathon 32 times. You can learn about all that history.
Team Hoyt was nice enough to give me a nice t-shirt, although my Frisbee effort fell just short. For more information about the road race or to register, visit teamhoyt.com.
We are going to take a quick time out. A whole lot more HCAM news ahead. Don't go anywhere.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
Welcome back to HCAM News. Believe it or not, the Hiller Spring Sports season has started, and we have our first highlights from the season. Here's a look.
The Hopkinton Hillers spring sports season got started on Friday, March 28th, and the first HCAM broadcast of the season was Hiller Boys Lacrosse versus Holliston.
And they are now official. Closing in, there's a shot and a score for the Hillers. First goal of the season for Hopkinton is Matt Lottie. Matt Lottie with the strike at 6:16 left to go in the first quarter, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece. CJ Taylor, a new addition to the roster this season. Closing in, shot, and a score for the Hillers. Number 23, Tyler Lockowitz. Oh, it's good about this Hiller group. They don't need to have a big presence in front of the net as we get another score there. Matt Lottie rushes in and booms it in, and it's a 3-2 Hiller lead at 3:57 left to go. Gotta confuse those defenders in the middle. Nice feed in front, and it's put in. Cal Rockwell pulls it down and bashes it in. Shoot from just about anywhere on the field. Here he goes, crashing in, gets it in front, and a score for the Hillers. Champlin finds Rockwell once again, and Rockwell gets the job done. Goodman looking to put on the moves. Crashing in, and he scores! Cooper Goodman, nothing's gonna get in his way. 6-3 Hillers. Here we go, Champlin closing in, looking for the shot, and he rips it in at the buzzer. What a beauty of a drop that was. Owen Champlin with the buzzer beater. Right in the very last second to put the Hillers up by 4, heading into the halftime break. Brian with it. Champlin looking to close in. Gets it over, a shot and a score! Matt Lottie rips it in for his 3rd goal of the game. So you can mark him down for a hat trick. Bangs off the defender and gets it over to Cal Rockwell. And Rockwell just waiting along the side of the net, pops it in. A beauty of a setup, a great pass, and a nice score for the Hillers at 6:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Hillers up by 6. Dean and counting left to go in this 3rd quarter. Here's Champlin. Champlin gets around the defender. He's going to squeeze through. Takes a shot and rips it in. Owen Champlin gets it over. Around the defender he goes. Shot in. Tyler Walkowitz with a beauty. Goodman looking to box out the defender. And takes the shot and it's in. What a beauty.
Matt Lottie and Owen Champlin strike for a trifecta of scores each as the Hillers take the 12-5 win over Holliston in the season opener and start off the spring in the win column. Hillers have a new addition to their spring sports schedule, and that's boys volleyball. Also on March 28th, Hiller boys volleyball kicked off their regular season with a battle against Bellingham. Steve Sweetapple and John Fisk were on the call.
Pass. Oh.
Tough. So ideally that's what you want to run is that middle, and that's what the setter for Bellingham, number 14, is Aiden Gibbs. This is the 2nd year he's the varsity setter.
Grady, click, outside, good swing. That was a beautiful swing.
That was the best swing of the game.
It was. It's a great way to end the first set with Alex Piccoli. So Hillers take the first set, 25-19. Piccoli with the serve. Oh,
it didn't look like it was going to come over.
And handcuff Grady. So that's it. Bellingham takes the 2nd set, 25-16. Boys are going to switch sides. Another good serve. Ryan takes that one. Michael Grady tips it down the line. Randall, nice put away from
good play, good smart play.
And Bellingham takes the 3rd set. Just need 12 in a row. And that's it. Bellingham takes the 4th set, 25-14 for a 3-1 win in the inaugural match for Hopkinton.
Bellingham took the win in the season opener 3-1. Be on the lookout for Hiller boys volleyball home games on HCAM all spring season long. Former Hopkinton Fire Chief Ken Clark debuted his new podcast, Hot Topics, on HCAM. Ken explained what the podcast is about.
The primary scope of the Hot Topics podcast is to share fire and EMS experience from both still career working personnel and also from retired career personnel. And also there will be a really good mix of call personnel that will be in to help us as we move forward through the podcast. The podcast will be once a month at the beginning of the month. One thing I want to be upfront with is it's not the intent of this podcast to critique or Monday morning quarterback any calls made by incident commander or IC on any calls here. We're not here to do that, have questions come in or do that at all. This just is to share experiences relative to the fire and EMS service. As a quick background on me, I'm married to my wife, Marie, who was also a teacher, and I have 4 sons, Joe, Sean, Matthew, and Kyle. 2 dogs, one a 4-year-old Shepherd Ziva and a 3-year-old white golden named Luna. My background is 44 years of service with the town of Hopkinton Fire Department, and then I'm just up shy of 50 years with 2 other departments after I retired in January of 2016. I got the phone rang 3 times, and 2 I followed through on them. One was the town of Upton. Went there at the end of 16 from September to end of the year, December. And then in 2019, just as the COVID started, the phone rang and was asked to help the town of Berlin for 2 or 3 months, and it ended up to be just shy of 4 years. So that was an unbelievable experience. A smaller community, but a very energetic, a lot going on in it, and it was different in many operationally, especially the amount of personnel that you could draw on and the way the town was set up with no municipal water was a different ballgame up there.
His first guest was one of his 4 sons and select board member Joe Clark.
Like I had said, recently ran for being a 4th generation in Hopkinton doing this to the community service, ran for the Board of Selectmen. And Joe, could you just tell me some of the surprises that you had in your initiation to the public service type to the town?
Yeah, I think the whole thing turned out to be a surprise in a lot of ways, right? It was uncharted territory for me, right? I haven't had the opportunity to be involved in the town, at any official capacity. And then, of course, getting into something like this, a lot of people consider it, politics. I'm not one of those people. I'm here to speak on this because I truly believed it's, community service, public service. And that's the reason I got involved. I saw some things in town.
Upcoming town government meetings include on April 7th at 7 p.m. we'll have the planning board meeting. And then on Tuesday, April 8th at 6 p.m. we have the select board meeting. To view all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hcam.tv/gov, or for more information, you can head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. As always, we thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.